Hello everyone. I found a special talk on YouTube from Jehovah Witnesses, and a speaker, he's talking about why people hate Jehovah Witnesses and why they put up YouTube channels about Jehovah Witnesses. Well, I'm going to play this talk and we will go from there, and then I will explain, are we attacking Jehovah Witnesses or we're attacking their doctrine? So here we go.
Why do so many people hate Jehovah's Witnesses? Well, on YouTube, we see a great deal of videos, don't we, that attack Jehovah's Witnesses, attack their beliefs, and what have you. So why does this happen? Why is there so many? And why is it that Jehovah's Witnesses do not respond in kind and start repaying evil for evil? Well, what about verse 12? In 1 Peter chapter 4, it says, "Beloved ones, do not be surprised about the fiery trials that you are experiencing, as though something strange were happening to you." So there it goes on to say, "On the contrary, go on rejoicing over the extent to which you are sharers in the sufferings of Christ, and so that you may rejoice and be overjoyed by during the revelation of his glory." So really, one of the identifying marks here of a true Christian is to be hated, is to have the world against you. So why are there then so many YouTube videos that proactively are against Jehovah's people? Well, that's a question, but the answer is there for you to see for yourself, isn't it, from the scriptures that we've just analysed. So you might ask, well, why don't Jehovah's Witnesses retaliate? Well, let's have a look at Proverbs chapter 7, verse 11. "Be wise, my son, and make my heart rejoice." This is Jehovah speaking here. "So that I can make a reply to him who taunts me." Now, let's also have a look at Romans chapter 12 and verse 17. "Return evil for evil to no one. Provide fine things in the sight of all men." So it goes on to say, "If possible, as far as it depends upon you, be peaceable with all men. Do not avenge yourselves, beloved, but yield place to the wrath. For it is written, 'Vengeance is mine, I will repay,' says Jehovah." And it goes on to say that if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. And for by doing this, you will heap fiery coals upon his head. So do not let yourself be conquered by the evil, but keep conquering the evil with the good. So quite rightly you can see there then, that is also another identifying mark of a true Christian. Because true Christians don't return evil for evil to those who are persecuting them in one way or another. And neither do Jehovah's people produce videos against such ones doing so, or against other religions. Now, another scripture that we can consider, again it's relating to Jesus. Now it's found in Jude 9, in verse 9 there, it says, "But when Michael, the archangel, that being Jesus, had a difference with the devil, and was disputing about Moses' body, he did not dare to bring a judgment against him in abusive terms, but said, 'May Jehovah rebuke you.'" So, as we can see there, that Jesus left it for Jehovah to judge that person, that being Satan, the devil. So true Christians leave that judging to Jehovah God and not take it upon themselves to act against such people who cause persecution. So effectively, those videos on YouTube who may be attacking Jehovah's Witnesses and not really applying Bible principles, are they? So that's kind of a good indication, really, of where the truth lies. So there's no videos, really, that are attacking people who attack Jehovah's Witnesses. But in actual fact, it's actually videos that are attacking Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're proving themselves not to be in the truth, aren't they? So, does that mean that we should hate those people who persecute us? Well, no, not at all. Because it might be the case that they're just maybe misinformed themselves, or it could be the case that they are maybe limited on knowledge in some way. So, no, we want people to come into the truth by showing them our love and how to draw them close to Jehovah and to learn about him and to be drawn into that relationship with him. So I hope this explained the answer to that question for you. Thank you for listening.
Okay. So the ones who's attacking Jehovah's Witnesses on YouTube, the governing body is realizing Jehovah's Witnesses is going on YouTube channels and attacking the ones who's putting out YouTubes. I know this because, heck, I and others have been attacked by Jehovah's Witnesses because they're thinking that we are trying to destroy their religion, trying to destroy Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses, we're not destroying you. We don't hate you. You are our brothers and sisters that in captivity, bonded, or you could say in jail with watchtowers teaching. And us for not being informed or not knowing the teaching. Just like this guy lifting up the tarp, what's in front of him is what he believed in his whole life. What religion is. It's nothing but a canvas with pictures of a person's religion. And that person, until he wakes up and realizes there's something wrong with this religion, that's when he can pick up the real tarp and see on the other side the real truth, why he was misled, what was on the other side. You want to know how we know about your religion? Look at all these books here. Jehovah's Witness. These books was written by the Watchtower. Every single one has lies in it. And y'all keep saying, oh, that was old lie, old information. No. You cannot use what Watchtower brainwashing telling you this is information at that time that they didn't have the light. Think about it. If this was the true religion, Christ came down and gave them the thumbs up, saying, I pick you to represent all the people to preach the word. There will be no lies in none of these literatures. None of them. This man here is the one who wrote those books. Judge Rutherford. And he changed the teachings from Charles T. Russell. And y'all may say, no, he didn't. Charles T. Russell believed in the cross. He believed Jesus, who he was, and he knew one day the Jews would come back to their homeland and they would stay there forever. He did not, never said the Jews was not God's chosen people. Later on, this man changed that teaching and made Jehovah's Witnesses to be God's chosen people. When he was believing Charles T. Russell's teaching that the Jews were still God's chosen people, and he also made trips to Jerusalem several times. So if it wasn't God's chosen people, why would he go to Jerusalem? Him and Judge Rutherford was with him. What about the governing body? Today, -1. What about them today? What they doing? Signs of the last days. Doesn't that sound familiar? Charles T. Russell? All of them knew what the signs of the last day was. But the problem was, is the end near? Wow, 1975, 1925, 1914. That's when Christ was supposed to come back and destroy all governments. And what about this one here? Jesus was saying that some of these persons who were alive at the appearance of the signs of the last days would still be alive. Alive! When God brought this system to the end. And what does this means the above evidence positively points to 1975 as the time for the complete of the system of things. Then they say, since the Bible doesn't specially state that no man can say, however, of this we can be sure that the 1970s see the most critical times mankind has yet known. They was pointing at 1975, Jehovah's Witnesses. They pointed the year 2000 that that generation would be dying off. So they figured 2000 the world was going to end. It never happened. I remember they even mentioned when Freddie France, he was 99 years old before he died. He was almost the last generation. That passed away. And so what they did, they had a new teaching saying they misunderstood the generation Christ said. Now they change it to overlap generation. Jehovah's Witnesses, the Bible doesn't change. When it says one generation or generation, Christ was talking about that generation, not overlap. And you still believing Armageddon is coming very shortly. That's the reason the government body to tell you to pack your bags, have a go-to bag. In case something happens, Armageddon starts, you have your supplies. That's to make you think every day that you're in the truth, because you have this go-to bag right there near your door or wherever you got it. You can grab it and run. Whenever the elders say, oh, it's time, we got to hide. And by being persecuted, the government body has put you in that persecution because we put the truth out because of your lies. Thank you.